Hi, here's my presentation on working in teams with my example of my PowerPoint slides. As you can see here, this slide has a lot of things going on. It has a lot of different colors. It has a lot of different uh, enlarged fonts and colors. And although it is a theme with the team idea, it's not necessarily appropriate for a work environment. Now in my next slide, it's the same theme, working in groups versus individual performance. And again, you'll see the baseball theme carried out, and this is one of the common mistakes you'll see is inappropriate use of graphics. But at least it's the same consistent theme, but might not necessarily, of course, fit the appropriate audience in a business. And there's two key topics here: group superior to individuals and high standards of performance, but you can hardly see them in here because the font is so large and it really fits the whole entire page. It's really hard to tell what's going on. It's very confusing to read. This next slide again continues the theme of leadership and influence in groups and teams on one side, and on the other side there's baseball theme again with power and influence of members on the right. So this is like two big topics covered on the same slide, and one side using bullets and the other side using numbers. So the font is two totally different sizes, and it's really hard to see, and it has a brand new font even just to illustrate kind of power and kind of trying to more match the picture than actually match the topic. Now here's my new slides, working in teams. Now what I did here was I first picked a color that really would fit with the professional environment, and outlined my three key topics I wanted to cover with three distinct bullets. Here's a use of a picture, a graphic, but it's very appropriate for the work environment. On this slide, you will see again the same exact information we saw with the baseball theme, but not the baseball pictures, and in two very clear, distinct columns with the information. Now this one's really important because it illustrates and lets you compare the group superior to individuals and the individuals superior to groups, and it's really easy to compare and contrast when they're in two columns. Very clear and same font, same size. Now this one is a bigger use of a graphic, but there's really a key point trying to be made here is around leadership and influence. So here the picture is used to really make you feel make the person that's watching, the participant, really kind of see the leadership, and see that illustrated in the graphic, and it's very clean and simple in the same color theme again. Here, this is a use of smart art, but in a very appropriate way, because this one's about power and influence of members. So, in this one, a lot of the book talked about using that appropriately, and this one talks about forms of power and how they can make or break the success of a working group, and that you're always going to have that power and influence always happening in your groups, but really understanding that they're going to happen, and how to manage them will make you successful. So this was a great illustration of how they're there, and in the words pop out on a page, because it makes them distinctly different. So those were my slides, and that was, the first ones, of course, were pretty bad, and then the last ones were how I cleaned them all up. Okay, thank you. Bye.